Hi, I'm Trisha,
And I'm Sarah.
and this is Fangirl Echo Chamber.
We're just two girls with mics saying yes, exactly at each other for probably 2 hours.
Yeah.
Welcome. Okay,
Well,
so we do have a little housekeeping to do. I have to do a confession and say we recorded an episode that will probably never see the light of day because I'm too ADHD to travel and edit an episode at the same time. So we have one episode that is going that just probably will never see the light of day unless you see a clip of it and then you can ignore it. You're not going to see the whole episode. But the point of that is that we explained what we're doing on this podcast on that episode that I didn't edit, and I feel like we need to, I don't know, just do a little FYI of what we're talking about. And honestly, what we're talking about is just what we're hyper fixating on. Like, we chose Fangirl Echo Chamber because one of our friends once called us an echo chamber because we just rant at each other and say yes exactly all the time.
yeah, we literally
And
don't disagree.
yeah, and if we do disagree, I feel like we can talk each other.
Yeah, like we disagree in that it means convince me to come to your side.
Right.
And within minutes, the job is accomplished. So
And ultimately, I trust Trisha with my life. So if she tells me something, usually I'm like, okay, I can get there. I can get there a
and
little
I'm
bit.
usually
You know
like,
what I
oh,
mean?
Sarah knows more about that than me, so it just makes sense for me to listen to her.
Yeah,
On
I
most
just
topics. I'm like, well, surely Sarah knows more about that than me. So I'm talking out of my ass.
well, you're not talking out of your ass. But I feel also any genuine disagreements we're having, it's like a thought exercise of we need to go back and forth and really unpack something. And so, anyways, the whole podcast is basically let's just record ourselves when we're talking about things and make it fun. Like, this is no pressure. This is just we're doing something creative. We were talking about how in 2026, or I don't know, my things were I'm posting more, I'm going out more, I'm drinking more, I'm putting more out there. Maybe the opposite of everybody else's resolutions, I don't know, but that was mine. And so I think we're trying to just have fun, do something creative. For us, we both I don't know, do a lot for older people, hashtag oldest daughter.
Oldest daughter, the trauma. Yeah. So I agree. For me, this is about having fun, taking the pressure off myself, and also being creative. And I think that, like, really, it's about what am I doing for me? Because everything I'm doing is my whole life is like my job and then like my chores and then planning my wedding. So it's
Yeah,
just like I need to do like and everyone else has hobbies and I'm like, "Oh, what do you do for fun?" Watch TV. So I
literally
need
watch TV. Sorry, I actually I saw someone say on TikTok today that was let's stop acting like TV is a moral failure. No, literally. God forbid I watch TV.
actually let's defend the that watching TV can be a hobby. If watching films can be a hobby, why can't watching TV? If reading books is a hobby, is that not also content?
Exactly. God forbid
What are
my
TV
hobby is
shows?
Bravo right now.
What are TV shows if not books adapted?
Well, especially in the year 2026, every TV show and movie
It's
is
a
a
book
book
adapted,
adapted.
especially anything on Amazon Prime Video.
Yeah. They're just looking at the bestsellers list and grabbing things. They don't even care what the content is. They're like,
No,
we'll figure it out later.
yeah, they're like, rights, give it to me.
Yeah. So if
Yeah,
Amazon can do it,
why
why
can't
can't TV be ours? And we also are going to use this to chart what we're hyperfixating on. That's why the segments are current people's princess, what the dead horse of the week is to start out, and then what we're watching, and then also closing out with what we've checked out of, because sometimes you hyperfixate on something for 6 months and then you're like, and I'm done.
over it? It's done now.
Usually not me though, but it's happened.
I'm pretty loyal, but when it does, I do acknowledge that it does happen. Sometimes you get the ick, and you just have to be willing to let something go.
Yeah. And usually I can chart it based on have I opened an AO3 tab about it
Or
lately?
someone gets canceled, and then you're like, Mm,
And we're
don't
done.
anymore, girl.
Yeah, we're done. So this is us. This is how we're gonna use it. We're having fun. Um, one of our friends messaged me on Instagram and was like, "I just had so much fun listening to that. I took an edible and was cleaning my house and had I was like responding back like I was talking to y'all." That is exactly what I'm looking for, y'all. That is exactly what I'm looking for. I want you just like nodding and acting like I'm talking to you. This is a 2 hour voice memo
From
from
us.
us. So
And if you do have your thoughts along the way, live text it to me, live comment it, live DM it. I literally don't care. I do have the time to respond to you. So
I have the time. I'm not the best response.
one thing about me, I'm on my phone. So if
Yeah.
Sarah's not seeing it, just DM it to me.
Yeah. Trisha's more
Even
responsive.
if you're Sarah's friend that I don't know.
Yeah, I'll do my best. Hey guys, I'll do my best. Follow our Instagram, our joint Instagram. Okay. Um, so we have obviously Love Island to talk about, but we're gonna start with not Love Island stuff.
Yeah. And
I
that
have
way,
no idea what Trisha's gonna talk about because truly I think it's so brave to have things that are not Love Island.
a long list. Because I figured not everyone watches Love Island and it's about to end like next week. So let's start bringing in the new stuff and
Yeah,
what
yeah.
else I'm on right now. So let's start with the the current People's Princess.
Mm-hmm.
Sarah, do you want to go or should I go
No,
first?
you should go. I'm so interested.
Okay, my I have two.
Okay.
In People's Princess number one, Mbappe.
Yep.
Because I think the video of him saying, "Yeah, I'm learning how to cook. What's the Mbappe special? For example, nothing." I watch it like 30 times a day. I'm literally
Right.
like everything like, oh, what do you want for like what do you have in your bank account? The Mbappe special. Nothing. I don't have anything. Oh, what are your plans for the weekend? Mbappe special. I have nothing. For example, nothing. I love it. I love him. I'm watching like these like uh essentially they're edits but like ranked ones of like his funniest moments
Mm.
and just like there's this one clip of him where he's talking about the Lakers. They're like, "Oh, like how do you feel about being at the NBA blah blah blah." And he's like, "Oh, I'm so excited." And they're like, "Who's your favorite player?" And he goes, "LeBron James." And they go, "Who do you think I don't know what it is, but they ask him like, "Oh, who's your favorite team?" And he goes, "Lakers." And then the next question is, "Who do you think is gonna win the finals?" He goes, "Well, obviously, I'm gonna say the Lakers." And it's like, why did you say it? Watching this and crying, like I'm like, I don't know why, but all of this is to say, the World Cup has now been reduced to the Colonizer Cup, but it's only okay if France wins because they are pure of heart because of Mbappe.
How do you feel
Norway,
about Norway?
I'm actually going to give Norway the same pass in that they are pure of heart.
Okay. Because my people's princess was gonna be Holland.
Perfect. Perfect.
Once again, we agree, but we're like the same, but
Yeah.
like slightly different. Okay, the reason I'm pitching him as the people's princess because one, there are almost 100 Omega verse Holland fics on AO3 as of this moment.
I don't. Let's not do the Omegaverse, please.
No, it's not about the Omega verse. It's not about the Omega verse. Y'all, you know my thesis on this. You can track how popular someone is based on how many things they show, how many tags they show up, how many times they show up on AO3. But specifically the Omegaverse tag, if you're getting Omegaversed, you're the people's princess. This is Hudson Williams. This is Shane Hollander. This is Holland. The fact that like there are so many and no one is in question of like that, they're just like, yeah, of course, like why wouldn't there be? And then also I saw a Bravo edit of him having the same haircut as Amanda Petrulla from Summer House, like, same hairstyle as Amanda Petrulla from Summer House. And to me, the Bravo community and the AO3 community accepting him in this way, like people's princess.
Yeah, agreed. Totally agreed. I think that he is eligible for people's princesshood.
Did
My
you see
next
the pictures he took in Dallas?
I started watching one reel, but then I had to join a meeting, so I did not
I
continue.
think the shirt said, "You can kiss my Dal ass," and he's like wearing a cowboy hat, like looking angstily at the ground. And I was like, "Where did you take this, Cracker Barrel?" Like maybe he looked like he was in a corner at Cracker Barrel.
The back to the World Cup like cultural exchange that's happening.
Yeah.
All of these tourists are going to like the G League of American restaurants. I saw this edit on TikTok that was like, "Oh, like what's the best place you tried?" And like these Swedish people are like, "Long John Silver's." Have
Hey,
you ever
but
been to Long John Silver's?
have I? Of course I
Yeah.
have.
And when was the last time you went?
Okay, it's been a hot minute.
I've never been, and I don't think I'll ever go because what?
You probably shouldn't go. Okay, but I will say, I will say, I don't think Long John Silver's is bad. I'll start there. Okay.
Okay.
And then two, I think there's something in particular where like they're going to the G League and they're loving the G League because Europe has denied them like red dye 40 and like
They
Crisco.
want like yeah.
And like the things that like we are like, oh, it's clogging our arteries and like Americans are dying. They have never experienced what makes it taste like that. You know what I mean? Like Long John Silver's, I bet that they have not had like really, really great like breaded fish. But like in the way that like Americans do it. Like, you know what I mean? I could totally see hush puppies. Imagine someone from Sweden eating a hush puppy. That makes sense to me.
This is what doesn't make sense to me. When you're going to a trip, like in a new country, and you're like looking up stuff to do, where on God's green earth are you getting the recommendation to go to Long John Silver's and Arby's? That's not on Eater or Thrillist or Secret blah 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 city. It's not on TikTok. The girlies are not like, come with me to this hidden gem in North Dallas called Long John Silver. Like, it's not happening, girl. Where are they finding this and why are they going there?
I think it's because they're in fucking like Kansas City trying to get around, and they're passing. Like for example, Dallas. Like there's actually great food in Arlington where they're having the games. I'm not sure they know how to find that. You know what I mean? Like I have like a lot of questions about
like I'm really truly I want to interview a World Cup fan and just be like, how did you decide your food situation?
I think it's also, if I had to like posit another thing, it's like the kind of condescending manner that Europeans have towards Americans, where they're like, oh, fast food is what America has to offer the world. Do you know what I mean? Like that's kind of what it feels like, where it's like, when I think of America, I think of Arby's.
And I don't think of Arby's ever, and I've lived here my whole life.
Yeah, because you know better.
I truly like, what do they serve there? I couldn't tell you. I don't know anything about the cuisine, none of it.
I know the jingle.
Yeah, that's about it.
And I know that if I go to a game, sometimes they're like, oh, if they win, you get free Arby's, and no one gets the free Arby's. That's what I know.
So their marketing's ass.
Well, it's not ass because I can sing the jingle, and I do sing the jingle.
Please sing it, please.
It's Arby, we have the meats.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah. No, I don't know. I actually didn't know that jingle. I don't know. Well,
as a real meat eater.
Yeah, I guess that's why. I guess I don't know because I just didn't grow up eating all the red meat, so I didn't know.
I mean, to be fair, we never ate Arby's. That was not our fast food of choice. But I also do wonder, like, if they're watching these games and they're seeing all these commercials too. Like, I'm sure that there's like someone who is doing a better analysis of like, oh, all they're intaking is like also like for example, the hydration breaks. Like everyone's been talking about like, oh, hydration break. I mean, I think we all know that the hydration breaks are about US advertisers being like, our version of football has a lot of natural stoppage where we can throw commercials at them every 20 seconds. We need that for the World Cup. I think that's pretty clear, you know? And like, I do wonder if this is also like the first time that a lot of these people are seeing just like the inundation of like ads in a way that like I mute it and I ignore it and it goes like over, you know? Like I'm sure I'm getting the subliminal messaging obviously since I know the Arby's jingle, but like I'm
Yeah.
not like and I'm going to go to Arby's
No,
because
yeah.
saw that, you know?
No, it's shocking. Especially like what usually people are like, "Oh, that was crazy," is like any pharmaceutical ad.
Yeah.
Like I was at a work dinner last night and our like VP had come in from the UK and he was like, "Yeah, it's crazy to watch an ad for the skinny jab." Doesn't even know the name. Like meanwhile, we're like, "Oh, which one? Ozempic, Mounjaro,
Bro.
with Serena Williams. They're all in general called GLP-1s." Like he was like, "No, like the skinny jab, the one you like." He just knew what it does, not like.
Wow.
Meanwhile, I could sing you the Sky Rizzy song.
I was about to say Sky Rizzy. Sky Rizzy is a great example of like I think I learned what Sky Rizzy was like 2 weeks ago, but me and my partner like we see it with Sky Rizzy ad. We're like Sky Rizzy, like because like
Literally, like if I'm on Hulu, I'm singing that Sky because I have Hulu with ads, and that is the one they love.
I watched the first 10 seasons of Love Island UK on Hulu with ads. I saw a Sky Rizzy commercial every day. Like
there was a point where I was sending like my brother has eczema. I was like, "Have you tried this medicine?" Because I
you
found
become the Sky Rizzy ad.
like I'm like, "Oh, this is actually for eczema. I should send the name over."
We're doing an ad for Sky Rizzy right now.
Yeah,
You
that was
know,
an ad read.
eventually everyone becomes a Sky Rizzy ad. That's why they're in it. Like we're out there in the world being like, have you tried Sky Rizzy?
No,
Not
literally,
SpawnCon. Not
no,
sponsored
not
at all.
but if he wants to sponsor me, please do.
Damn, sold out.
It's good enough for Lady Gaga. I literally have a box over here that I'm not gonna show because I'm not sponsored, but
You could be one day.
I could be. I could be. And what I'll do is when I edit this, I'm gonna bleep it out.
Oh, there you go.
Me.
You'll never know.
Well,
Okay, well, People's Princesses still World Cup related. I have
have
to
one more
say, oh,
non-World
go.
Cup related. And she is, and I think always will be my people's princess in the bottom of my heart, Megan the Stallion.
Period. Do we
Megan
even
the
need to say that?
we need to even explain why? No. Because she is just so joyful and fun, and she actually turned the whole energy of the Love Island season around. But we're not getting into Love Island yet, so stay tuned for more on Megan the Stallion.
I say this with all the due respect to Megan the Stallion because I have so much of it. She's basically like a deity to me. She makes me proud to be from Texas. I do think they send her into that villa like they gave us like therapy dogs in college.
Oh yeah, it's definitely like they
At your
wait.
lowest moment, Megan the Stallion
Yeah,
is walking
they're
in.
like, we need to go like give some vibe, like a vibe check, a vibe reset, and they sent her in, and then her positive energy is just so infectious that everyone is like, I'm fine and I can deal with these lying, cheating ass, scamming ass men.
Literally. And the way she like looks at the men that we don't like, they need that. You know what I mean? They need that energy from Megan the Stallion to be like, wait, Megan the Stallion is
So,
checking me. You know what
yeah,
I mean? Like, that's so needed.
yeah, yes, more to come on her
Love
effects
Megan
in
the Stallion.
the villa. Ugh. Her effects of the villa on the villa.
Anyone who rises against her
Yeah, any tongue that rises against her will
will
fall.
fall.
Will fall.
Like
That's
Klay
all.
Thompson has not been seen in Dallas.
Yeah.
In
The
so
next
many
thing you
ways.
don't need to see is his ACL or his MCL or his Achilles
Or both.
or all three.
Achilles, I think, most effective.
Okay, the next thing on my list, VA Argentina.
Yeah.
Whoa. I was at the office and we have mad TVs in the office,
Yeah.
okay? Um, they were installed right before the World Cup to stream the World Cup, of course.
Yeah.
It was hooting and hollering. Like people are in calls and then all of a sudden you hear like, "Oh!" and then you're looking up and you're seeing Argentina suddenly like catch up on all these goals and you're so confused. Cuz we're not watching it with the audio, right? So I had no idea what was going on and then like after the fact I'm finding out what was being deliberated over and I'm just like, "How are we allowed to do this?"
Yeah.
How like this type of officiating is so batshit crazy. What are we doing?
Hey, so why is there one ref? I let's start there.
We had 3 refs warming up in the beginning, like, with the players, and then I only see 1 on the field.
It just it just by math, just by like area, speed, velocity. I don't know. There's just like so many things with soccer, like football. Sorry, whatever. Um, Call me an American. I'm calling bullshit. Like the whole thing, it just like I mean the fact that they even have I don't understand. I'll do this. I'll do the what I just don't understand what's going on. But it's like obviously something like super corrupt, like to me, or there's at least like so many ways for it to be corrupt. And like even with the USA, like all the stuff about like oh like fucking Trump called FIFA about the USA red card, even that like I was like, yes, that is really fucked up. Like the whole thing. But even in the moment we were watching that game, I was like, I don't even want the USA to win. And I'm like, is this a red card? I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, it's just
I
like there's so
not
many different hot take. I don't know. That's not. I don't know if that's a
I'm
hot take,
just
but I,
like, officiating is so wild.
yeah.
I'm like, I just don't even know how to go into it deeper than that. Like, I'm just literally lost, and I wish there was a better explanation for what is going on. Because, like, first of all, I don't know how we're deciding on these red cards. Second of all, I don't know why they can overturn a call made on the field because of a camera. That doesn't make sense to me. And then
Well,
third,
that does make sense to me, to be fair.
but
But
no,
no,
but what's strange is like
I think
it,
that manner was
what's
obviously like
what's strange to me is that like it makes sense to go look at the cameras if there's like a challenge to the call,
yes, exactly.
but if everyone on the field has accepted the play, then why would we like why are you retroactively going back to like change? It doesn't make sense. Like that's what doesn't
Yeah,
like if there's like actual disagreement on the field and it's like, "Oh, we should look at the cameras because there's no consensus as to how this went down." Makes sense, agree, go look at the cameras. But like if you're just randomly like looking at the then what's stopping you from just looking at the cameras when one team does something and not when the like looking at the cameras when another team needs to do something?
yeah.
Like that's
No,
kind of
I agree. And I feel like I'm talking on my ass a little bit because I don't know, remember all the parameters for FIFA. But like the parameters in basketball of like you can challenge a call to overturn it, but you if you are wrong, you lose that challenge. So there is actual like the
penalty.
yes, the
Yeah.
team that is impacted has to have risk involved in actually like trying to replay. And like that makes sense to me because I'm just like it also I think like is adjudicated more fairly on like overturning a call. And also the risk involved means like if it's really not that like you have to like it has to be important basically to like put a
Yeah.
challenge in basically.
It's not just like at random and like whatever. Like that's what I don't understand. It's like y'all are just like doing this.
Also in soccer where they're like rolling around every 5 minutes. Like
Yes, and also everything cool that happens is offsides. So like why would you deny anything else cool that happens because someone's toe was like an inch too far on the grass when like this is like the oldest sport ever, right? So for all these damn years y'all have been having the same sport and like today you decide the toe's out of place, but like had you done it 10 years ago the toe would have been in place. Like, it just doesn't make sense. It's like,
Also, just like y'all are professional. Why is this happening every goal or 1/3 of the goals?
literally, like, what? Like, do y'all know how to do your
Do y'all
job?
know the rules? I struggle with it. I'll admit, every single time I'm like, I don't really, because it's like when the ball leaves the foot of a teammate, you have to be like in front of a defender, and like that. And then there's hockey offsides, which is different. So now I'm like really fucking confused because I spent the last year or two getting really into hockey, and like hockey offsides is different than soccer offsides. So I'm now like fucked up about that. But like, I'm like, you know what? I played basketball amateur, okay? Like, not well, but I know the rules. Okay? And half of the times that I don't know, scored, I didn't also travel because it was like a fucking rule. You know what I mean? That like I knew was going on. And so call me an idiot, but I'm just like, y'all are professionals. Why is it always offside? It's fucking always offside. Like, it literally, like, it's gotten to the point where like they're scoring it. I'm like, is it offsides? I'm not celebrating.
Let me not even get excited. Oh, I was like, that's too cool. That was like fun to watch. So surely it must be offside.
I got excited, so it must be offsides. Like, that's basically the rule at this
like
point.
A snooze fest, like boring. Sorry to the game.
I feel like this is, everyone's really into football right now, so it is the hardest sport for me to watch. And I watch fucking baseball. So I have no fucking room no foot to stand on because I watch the world's most boring sport on TV and I'm locked in. You know? Sorry. I think this is a very American take, but it is fun during the World Cup because it's like there's so much riding on it. It's like not clubs, it's national teams. Like I'm excited, I'm watching, I'm bought in. But the play sometimes I'm struggling.
I'm just like, okay.
Well, and now like some of my friends are like, "Oh, are we gonna get really into soccer because you're like watching soccer?" I'm like,
no.
I'll
in 4 years.
I will be back in 4 years. I'll be
like
right back here.
Job, like it's not my full-time job, you know?
No, it's not my full-time job. Yeah, I only have time in my life for like 3 boring sports. Cannot afford.
Yeah, you need time to yourself. The next thing, and this is an audience request, Sarah's thoughts on Jaylen Brown and Paul George. I don't know anything about this. Do not ask me for my take. In fact, explain to me what's going on.
Oh God. You know, and I literally was like, I need to make sure I get my facts straight before we record, and then I forgot. Okay, the big thing right now is that there's a lot of really dramatic trades going on, like in the NBA, like right now. That's just like the situation, okay? And Jaylen Brown has been like, I've been getting Google alerts for Jaylen Brown is going here, Jaylen Brown is going there for like, I don't know, months. And this is like my uneducated like rendition of what happened is that, and this is maybe not what your brother is looking for, but my hot take here is that the Boston Celtics like are going for the private equity play. That's like basically like
how did we get from point A to point B?
It's okay. It's nothing really against Paul George, to be honest. Like, I don't have anything personal against him. I think he's a good player. I just think that like there was like this like thing circulating, and again, I'm gonna speak out of my ass right now, that basically the Boston Celtics were like bought by or like started to be controlled partially by a private equity firm, and that they basically like ran the numbers on like how much they actually need to like pay for players in order to get the same payoff, which is like a really, really fucked up way to approach sports, obviously. But like also there's we have so many fucked up ways to approach sports. But if you're like a true fan, you're like, what the fuck? Like, what is going on? And like the
You're
conspiracy,
optimizing to pay the least but get like the most like median or advanced players.
yes. That's like I would say it's not even a conspiracy theory so much as it is just like the
The
theory.
theory.
Yeah. And like, again, I don't know. It just, there's definitely like this like overarching trend in the NBA where every team just feels soulless. Like, I mean, if I had to get really deep about like the Luka trade and like, super teams, LeBron, etc., like it's just these teams feel soulless because maybe not all of them are owned by private equity, but they're all kind of like have this feeling of like we're going to trade away young, possibly generational franchise players who have not won a ring in the 6 months that you've given them, right? Like, but in order to like one, maximize profit, two, come under the luxury tax threshold, and then three, or to get a LeBron, a KD,
Yeah.
etc. And this like I know this like the most with the Rockets because obviously like that's my team, and I know more about like the Mavs obviously because like Texas, but like, and again, like I feel like some people are gonna be like this was totally conspiracy brain, but I think that's what happened with Jaylen Brown. Like Jaylen Brown, like great player, has so much potential. Like I think felt very like endemic to like Boston, the Celtics are coming back, like like I don't know, and like to continually see trade like players like that traded, I think is a part of this culture of like if we can't win in the next 8 months, what's the point of even like building up a team around young players because it doesn't it's not a part of the private equity corporate
Like
model, you know what I mean?
you're not meeting your KPIs. Like
Yeah. And like not to defend the family billionaires, but it's like at least they like I don't know, it feels like there's something special in the private equity version of it where it's like, yeah, they at the end of the day it's a business. We're gonna still make money off the Celtics, even if we don't completely buy into the yeah. And like there's another Jalen on my mind in this moment, which is not really the same. It's not comparable. I'll probably get yelled at for comparing this, but like it's an example I bring up a lot with the Rockets where Jalen Green, who was a young player on the Rockets, he was like really, really imperative during what like people were calling like the Houston Rockets rebuild era, Amen Thompson, like these young players when we didn't have like a real like franchise star, like we just had like a team. Like God forbid we have a fucking team.
yeah,
You
like a
know what I
team
mean?
works together well, and maybe no one's like their own personal brand with a shoe deal,
Yeah.
et cetera. Like they can play and like work together. Yeah.
What's wrong with that? What's wrong with that? And
What's
like,
wrong with actually just having people like a good group?
yeah. And I feel like a hypocrite because yeah, I do have the Kevin Durant shirt. You know what I mean? Like I remember my family does, but like when he was traded, I remember being like, I feel like an aunt to you who's like kids are like, I don't know, like I just like, and the other thing is that these kids are kids now to me, right? Like it's not like when I was a teenager and like we're talking about so and so getting traded and they're older than me. We're talking about like 21, 22, 23-year olds who are like on rookie contracts trying to fight their way through a city. Like, I don't know. It's just like getting moved around all the time and then building up a team and then being told, oh, sorry, Katie is coming. Get the fuck out. You gotta go.
Break that lease, girl. You're gone.
And Jalen Green wrote this thing and he was like, I think he called it a letter to Houston. And I legit cried. Like I like cried. I don't even know how old he is. He's probably like, he might be 23, 24. I can't remember. He wrote this letter to Houston where he's basically like, Houston's like nowhere else in the world. It's so underrated. Like rebuild. Like we made this team. I'll love them forever. Like blah, blah, blah. I'm taking one for the team basically. Like you got to do what you got to do. I don't have control over this. Houston up basically, and I cried. I sent it to someone last week because I was like, the vibes are bad sometimes,
Yeah.
and like, and now KD, like there's a rumor every 2 weeks that he's moving on. I'm not even saying that he's moving on. I'm just saying like, And yes, I know it's a business, but also these are teams, right? Like there's a like I'm not into sports because they're businesses. I'm into sports because like
Yeah.
we talked about this so much. Like you ride hard for the city you're from, for the team that you grew up with, the team that your dad grew up with, like whatever. And like frankly, I want a team that feels like a team over a
A
team that
bunch
the
of
franchise player
players.
just moved here. And yes, KD Hookem, he went to UT. He's not like foreign to Texas, like nothing like that. Like I feel like he actually really likes Houston in a way that sometimes I have never seen him like other places. To be honest, but like I don't know. I'm just like we lost something when you came. It wasn't a unilateral win. That I think that like even the LeBron conversation, some one of my friends was like LeBron to Houston, and I legit thought it was a rumor that I had missed, and I like had a heart attack because I was like, who are we giving up to get
LeBron.
LeBron, who I don't want?
He's not coming.
One,
He's
thank
not.
God. Like everyone's like, why wouldn't you want LeBron? And I'm like,
No,
why? So that tickets are more expensive, so that we lose half the roster. Like, no.
no. You literally don't want him.
I think the
You
only
can
place
go-
that man should go is Ohio. And
Rishab's
that's
saying Golden State.
don't piss me off. I
That's
mean,
what
I think it's likely, and also Steph Curry like kind of responded to a comment yesterday when he was golfing about it. He said
really.
someone asked him about it, and he said, "I wouldn't be mad," or something like that. Or he said, "I don't hate it. I don't hate it," which maybe he was joking, but I was like,
So nonchalant. Like,
so nonchalant. That man is golfing. He's always golfing.
yeah.
So that's the only place they can get him.
He's like, girl, tell me when it's real.
Yeah, no, literally. I mean, I think if he goes to Golden State, I also think like I'm just gonna speak directly to LeBron right now. I think that you have to think about your legacy. Like I really, really do. Like I think that like where you end your career should feel like a full circle moment, not like going now in Golden State.
Also, like, your poor child, and now, like,
Did you see that meme that was like child left behind?
No, literally, literally child left behind, because, like, is he not on the team you're currently on because you're on the team, and now you're just gonna put him out of a job?
You know
Where's
what's even more evil about that? You know what's more evil about that is that I think Ronnie should have gone to college, not because I think he should have gone to college. Like I don't really care if he gets his 4-year degree. I don't give a shit. I'm gonna be so real. He's so rich. He's a basketball player. I don't care about that. I think that a lot of people are like, oh, these people should go to college before they go to pro, are racist. One, and then two, like I don't think they really give a fuck if they're going to be professional basketball players. I don't care if they get their fake sports medicine degree while they're playing college basketball at Duke.
Yeah, because like
I think for some of them, it's important that they get that free education. I also know for a fact that most of them aren't put in a position to actually get an actual free education, right? So like I'm under no misconception about that. Bronny doesn't need NIL money. He doesn't need like I think he should have gone to college because he wasn't ready to go pro.
Yeah. And now he's like living in this shadow, and now he's going to be out of a job because his dad is not loyal to any team.
Yeah. I can talk about this forever, but like Carmelo Anthony did an interview like 3 years ago, and his son plays for Syracuse, and like he's fine. You know what I mean? He's not like the best player in NCAA Division 1 right now. He wasn't the best player in in the tournament, anything like that. But Melo did a interview, and he was basically like, he needs to be ready. I'm not going to like push him to go pro and skip out on like the steps to go pro because I am Carmelo Anthony, basically. And that's where like, and I'm not saying LeBron forced him. I'm not saying any of this stuff. I'm saying that if he was not LeBron's son and he was the exact same amount of basketball player, he would not be playing for the Lakers, you know? And on top of that, he might have gotten a chance to flourish in a different way and had a better shot in the pros to be something else besides the kid that LeBron brought to the Lakers. And that's what I'm saying about like the legacy part of it is I'm like, at least on the Lakers, as much as I was like, why are you in the fucking Lakers? I was like, it is something. I think it is something to be like, I am playing with my son. We are the first people to do this. Like that is historic. Like I was like kind of gonna give him that. You know what I mean? Like, I've never even talked mad shit about them playing together. I was just like, I was just like, I think it might not have been a fair shake to Bronny. That was my take. Now I'm like, you're leaving him? What are we even doing? Because now you're not ending it out with your son, so what's the point?
What's the point? What's the point? Literally, like the story, like the narrative that they write about your life.
Yeah.
Now, this chapter is so weird and random, and it's giving like when someone's on their Wikipedia page and you can see their career like going up and up and up, and then they have like a random weird scandal or like fall off or like they become washed. Like that's what it's giving
Yeah.
because you're not thinking about your career as a whole. You're thinking about your career like, what am I doing in 10 minutes?
Yes. And it feels, even though he's trying to project like it's not a crisis, he's saying he'll take like a minimum deal so he doesn't like bankrupt a new team, like all this stuff. Like, I just like for example, everyone jokes about Michael Jordan leaving the NBA to play basketball. To play baseball. But like a big part of him doing that was because his father had just died. Like he was going through like a personal emotional crisis, and frankly he was so good that he could
Like, do that.
take that, you know what I mean? Like take that minute, come back better. And frankly, it created space for the Houston Rockets to win a ring. So,
Comes back to that with you.
sorry, go Rockets. Anyways, that's an aside. But I just think that like there's a way that people are going to talk about it. I'm not saying you have to do everything based on like how you're going to be remembered, but I do think that he is thinking about that. So he's making weird decisions if he is like, you don't want the tale of your career of a storied, legendary, historic career of like a person who I genuinely believe is the best basketball player to ever live, like to be weird. Like
Now you're just like
just
doing weird shit. Yeah, and now you're
yeah.
doing a quest. Like, ugh, are you not thinking about the movie they're gonna make about your life, and then they're gonna have to edit out that chapter, and then all the fans are gonna be like, "Why'd you edit it out? Because it didn't serve the narrative."
I mean, I guess I'm glad that he's not running for political office. I guess.
Yeah. Oh no, that would lose me bad.
But
That
like
would
maybe it's he has to go to a new team or he runs for something.
office. Yeah. Honestly, whatever. Honestly, never mind.
There's nothing more dangerous than a man with money who's like, and what am I doing now? You know?
Literally. Let's just not let it get to that point. Why doesn't he go to space? Has he not been to space?
No, don't go to space. That's like the other bad option.
I just
Wait,
feel
maybe
like
he has been to space.
like that to me going to space is like midlife crisis for celebrities.
Yeah, they love going to space. Katy
Yeah.
Perry.
Katy Perry, and now she's kind of like rejuvenated, you know? She's like who's she with, Justin Trudeau?
I don't want to go to space. I do think like if I'm on death's door and like I had the money, like I would be shot into space, but I don't want to come back. Like I just want to be like,
Yeah, just like drop me off.
yeah, give me like a
And on a high.
a way to self destruct. You
Yeah.
know,
Just be
I
like,
don't want to come back.
yeah, the literal final frontier.
My final frontier. Shoot me at Mars. I'm not getting there. Just like the direction of it.
Yeah. Just yeah. Cruise control that hoe. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't want to come back. I think that coming back is.
This is like, what do you do after? Like, what's the first thing you do after you come back from space?
Become a fascist. That's like literally what all of them do. They come back and they're like, yeah, we need to colonize something.
Mhm.
That's literally all it does. Like, they're like, I want to live on a climate controlled bubble on Mars with a feudal system. That's what being shot at. That's what I'm saying. I don't want to come back. Whatever bad juju's in the atmosphere that you get, I don't want it. I don't want it. So I don't want LeBron to go to space. I want him to like just be like, I have enough money. I've done enough. Honestly, Honestly, I think it'd be funny if he played in the NFL for 1 year. He's really good at football. I'm gonna be so real. I think that
That would be a fun side quest.
that's what I'm saying. Like, again, everyone makes fun of Michael Jordan playing against baseball, and to be fair, it was a crisis, more of a like, let's do a fun thing, you know what I mean? But like, everyone's like always like, what if LeBron had played football because he was really good? That'd be fun. I don't think that that's actually what he should do, because I think getting brain damage at this point,
Yeah, it's
when
like
you haven't had any, theoretically, maybe you shouldn't actually do that. But I don't know, something like
just do a little, try something new, you know?
he'll probably just end up shooting commercials for like
Everyone, just
Verizon,
everyone.
but you know,
Yeah. As long as he's not doing the row ones.
he won't do the row. Well,
I don't know.
he's not Charles Barkley.
He, I mean, it worked for him. Like he seemed to really hate being big, and now
And he took it out on everybody.
Yeah, the women of San Antonio.
The women of San Antonio and Galveston.
Yeah.
I've got so many strays from that man. And he is someone who externalized his self-hatred. And so, you know what?
Yeah.
Whatever. Anyways.
At the very least, now he can put that behind him and leave the rest of us alone. Damn.
Yeah. I don't know if I really answered the question about Jaylen Brown. I kind of just went on like a soapbox rant about the state of the NBA. But at the end of the day, private equity should not own teams. Nationalize the NBA. That's where I stand.
That could be fun.
I should get to vote for every trade.
Like we vote them in now.
Yeah, me and my dad should be a part of like a caucus that gets to decide.
Like you vote for your representatives for who decides who's in the NBA.
Actually, I would vote for my 13-year-old cousin, but I'm not gonna say which one. But you know which one. He's really smart.
He's tapped in.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know if this is a similar topic. Maybe not, but it should be discussed. The Tayvis wedding at MSG.
It is a similar concept, because talk about something that feels like it was controlled by private equity. Like
it gives private equity. It also gives, think about the narrative of your life. Because what are you doing?
Here's the thing.
So there's one thing I do agree with. Let's start there. Let's start with maybe the pros. Spiritually, I think that this wedding actually feels very Indian, in that there were 1,000 guests.
Yeah.
Every Tom, Dick, and Harry they ever interacted with was invited. And the second reason is that it was a buffet style setup. And it was just in a huge hall. And anyone could get an invite. Like literally everyone. You did my eyebrows one time, invited.
You know, when you put it like that, what room do I even have to criticize?
I've been to criticize.
No, but I just mean, like, I remember thinking, like, someone was like, oh, it's so tacky to have 1,100 people at your wedding. And I was like, I think I've had a cousin with 1,100 people at their wedding, to be honest. I would agree with you. I didn't get to it spiritually desi. I'm really with you on that, because I was like, if there's anyone that was like, yeah, she probably knows 1,100 people who she's like worked with, celebrities, friends, she probably employs like a couple hundred.
When you own businesses and all of that, and you have a big team, etc., and he also has his own like NFL affiliates that need to be in attendance, it does make sense. Honestly,
and I think
give them that. If
my cousin who works at Deloitte can have 800 people at her wedding, like,
if some random desi uncle is like, oh well, my school friend from 1983.
My grandmother could assemble an 1,100 person guest list tonight.
No, literally, it just from their WhatsApp contacts.
Yeah.
Easily. So
Yeah.
for that, I was like, fair play, more power to you. Totally makes sense. And also, the buffet style food, how else are you going to serve 1,100 people?
A
Because
plated dinner for 1,100 people would be actually ass.
it would
Also,
be, because by the time the last person got their food, it's been an hour since
at
it's
least it's under the warmers until it gets on your plate. You know what I
yeah,
mean? No,
no.
okay, but here's the thing. I agree with spiritually Daisy. I agree with the buffet. But here's the thing, because I've been to a wedding with 800 people at it, 900 people. I think the biggest I've ever gone to is 800, maybe. Here's the thing, I know you don't have to have it at MSG just because there's 1,100 people. Because I know that the Hilton in Houston can handle it. You could, honestly, you could have had it at Hilton in Houston. You know what I mean? Like,
now this, yes. So we went the two pros or the two positives or the two acceptable things you did. Now we move on to the unacceptable, the gauche, the tasteless. Literally, why was it my problem? Why am I thinking about, oh shit, like all the streets next to MSG are gonna be blocked off? You're not even from here. It doesn't make sense because there's a bajillion arenas in this country, and literally not even all of them are being used for the World Cup, so don't act like that even makes any sense. Two, literally, like the security of it all. Let me go to the most populous city in the US and inconvenience all of them and barricade all of them. That doesn't make sense, and it's actually less secure, and we still found out everything anyway. Like People magazine was literally posting the photos in real time. So I don't know what security that has to do with anything.
it's also just like you're richer than God. Like, couldn't you have? And
He's
what
not
is it?
using
What is it? Like, she's at the top of the list of like private jet emissions in the world. Like, I'm like, you do you own an island? Like, I don't know. Is there an island somewhere the rich people go to? Lake Tahoe? I don't know. Like somewhere. I was also just like, okay, ugly. Like I like I was
ugly.
just like the pictures of the most famous people in the world just on the sidewalk outside of MSG with their QR codes. Like,
Ugly. What they had to use like a bracelet system, the same one that they give you if you have a pit ticket to go and see Tate McRae.
yeah.
It because she's not using the in-house MSG security. That's actually not
No,
secure. So
she's
you're
just using NYPD.
yeah, it just doesn't make sense. I don't understand it. Like, what are you doing? Literally, what are you doing? Why would you build a castle and like a sky and like whatever else indoors when you could just be outdoors with 1,000 people? The dress code was also a mess. Like
Oh,
everyone wearing
everyone
something.
looked like they were going to a different event.
And then Adam Sandler, who is very, very,
Is
very,
that for
very
sure?
known to. Well, why would it not? Like, why would it be fake at this point?
It's so horrifying that like I, I'm still like it's conspiracy, even though it's like probably true. I'm like, what do you mean Adam Sandler officiated?
And what size T-shirt was he wearing when he did it?
Literally. Okay, also, day before July 4th, one of the hottest weekends of the year. Whole city sweltering.
Cringe, cringe. It's literally not what Susanna would have ever wanted, and I just think
Literally.
like in my mind, I do think like that like Miss Americana vibe, whatever. To me, like I think that the wedding Taylor Swift should have had in my head from what I know about her from being a person in 2026, she
Yeah.
should have had like that type of like Nantucket. There's
Yeah.
that American flag that's like the round one, like the stripe. You know what I'm talking?
Totally.
Like that vibe.
I
And
totally agree.
it
Okay,
makes sense to me.
many people know this, many people don't know this. I'm a recovering Taylor Swift person. I have always said I don't politically
You're
identify as a Swiftie. I do not politically identify as a Swiftie. I've said that for years, even before I was recovering. Before I was in recovery, when I was in it, I was still like, I do not politically identify as a Swiftie because I can't have that on me. Okay. Was she my top artist on Spotify for a minute? Yeah. Okay. And so I'm saying this with a like, I used to be in this with her, you know, for a period of time, for a long time. I had her original album on CD in my CD player. Okay. I'm admitting all these things because I need people to know that I have a baseline Taylor Swift knowledge. Okay. And like, for years during the Joe era, we used to say that she was married already because we were so convinced that she had been secretly married at her Rhode Island estate during this era because she was so like, I'm private but not secret. I'm like, you know, like I'm posting like glimpses of this. I'm only showing like one clip of my boyfriend like during this PR documentary, like during my propaganda film. Like Miss Americana is a propaganda film, okay? And like but you can get that vibe from her where you're like, especially like post Reputation, etc., where she's like, we just thought that she was married for so long, or like that was one of the theories because we were just like, in no way, shape, or form is this Taylor Swift having the public, everyone knows the date, everyone knows what's going on, wedding. There were years where people are like, I know for sure she has a secret child. I know for sure. Like, and I know that they all sound insane, but it's like, but it's, I do think that there's something with the Swifties, with the conspiracies, where like she knows and entertains a lot of this. So it's not like they're coming out of this from nowhere. It's like this vibe that she's curated, and I think that that's part of also why like even the people who are ride or die for her, like used to be, like are confused about this because the vibe that she was curating around like the Miss Americana, I wanted to be a Kennedy, whatever, is so not I got married at MSG. I mean, she had talked about Elizabeth Taylor, but it's so funny to think about like what you got from Elizabeth Taylor is that she got married at MSG. You know what I mean? Like,
It's just
also,
so
Elizabeth Taylor famously married many, many times in many different ways. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah. I mean,
You
she
can't pick any of them.
like why was that the one you took the inspo from? Like I just don't understand.
Well, and like, I think 2 years ago or last summer, there was like all these rumors about like her shutting down different venues in like Delaware, Pennsylvania. A lot of them were, like one of them was like Longwood Gardens in Delaware, which is like a former like Robert Baron DuPont mansion. And I was like, that's like a venue that like makes sense to me. Like it's huge. She can invite whoever she wants. It's relatively private. Everyone just has to fucking fly helicopters into Delaware, but like it's Taylor
It's
Swift.
not impossible.
Yeah. And I'm just like, I don't know. I say this as like whatever vibe she was putting out until like 2 3 years ago, it was not reading this way. And I don't think it's like, I think it's one of those things where it's like you just have so much money that you cannot even like come in tune with the vibe that people are or like are creating for you, like the vibe that people are like painting for you, the aesthetic that people want you to have. Like she's famously like swagless.
Yeah,
Like she has all the money in the world, but she can't dress right. She has all the money in the world, but like blah blah blah. And it's because
put the
like
red
she,
lipstick down.
yeah, and it's not even like, I think even if she was like wearing the red lipstick and
She
I don't
walked
know,
down the aisle to her own song.
yeah, it's just like what do you do with that? You walk down the aisle to your own song at MSG with Adam Sandler at the end of the aisle on July 3rd, holiday weekend, middle of Manhattan.
I just can't.
And the Kushners are there.
And the Kushners were there. Yeah, and the Kushners were there. But honestly, you know what? It's fine that the Kushners are there because they would be at the desi wedding too with 1,000 people.
You know, and yeah, it's like I mean, the red lipstick, the eyeliner.
Oh my god. Look at you, girl.
Maybe, maybe she's just culturally desi. I don't know. We love a tacky wedding.
That's what it is. Like, yeah,
We
no,
love a tacky corporate wedding.
the
Like,
the Desi maximalist wedding is full of tacky shit.
oh, yeah.
It's full of fire blaster
You
shot.
cannot get over the fire blasters.
Because why would you, as a wedding vendor, show me a presentation and on the first slide is a couple holding a fire blaster, and on a second slide, this is an Indian presentation to an American couple. Show me literal AR-47 rifle shaped alcohol vessel that you use to shoot into people's mouths. That's disgusting.
And you know what's so funny about that is that after you told me about that, I saw someone on someone's Instagram story have that at a Desi wedding.
The AR-47 alcohol dispenser.
Yeah, with the blasters.
It literally is so diabolical.
Every like wedding video I watch, I'm like, why are there like bombs going off behind you? You know what I'm talking about?
Yes. I'm just like, at this point, like, what if you just want like a little bit, like a champagne tower, for crying out loud?
For crying out loud, yeah.
Why is that? Why is that in the presentation is 60 pages? It's like 57.
Maybe Taylor Swift just went to a Lacey wedding and was like, I could have
Like,
that.
I need all of it. She's like, hire the planner. We can build a castle inside. Great. Excellent. 1,000, 1,100 people. Excellent. Because honestly, at this point, like the Desi weddings are having these full-on stage setups that are like,
yeah,
like concert tour level stages with all the lighting and the like framing of a stage and all of that stuff. So truly and honestly, she might have hired a Desi wedding planner.
If you were the Desi responsible for Taylor Swift's wedding, speak up.
Let us know.
Like what?
Like, people talk.
So did we get to Taylor Swift apologism by the end?
And you know, that's what's beautiful about us is that we start off trying to disagree, trying to be different, and what do we end up doing? We circle back all the way.
I still think it's tacky and I think it's all of the things.
It's all of it. It makes sense, but it's tacky.
Okay, can I flip it on its head though? The worst part about it is like if imagine you're a guest at Taylor Swift's wedding. The guest experience is rancid.
It's not guest forward at all.
It's not guest forward. Is that revolutionary? Is that she was like, you're gonna suffer today. Here's your box of Dior on the way out. Again, that's kind of lazy.
Yeah, because you will be at the Sangeet until 2 a.m., 3 a.m., whatever, and the Bharat starts at 8 a.m.
And you're sweating.
And you're sweating because you're in Cancun and your lehenga's in the sand and
in there.
And the heat is literally melting the cheese board.
Yeah.
So maybe so what we learned today is actually we're okay with the Taylor Swift wedding because
okay, wait. Okay, are we okay with the Taylor Swift wedding or are we
have accepted the Taylor Swift wedding?
Okay, but we've accepted the Taylor Swift wedding insofar as we have accepted Desi wedding culture, which I have not accepted Desi wedding culture.
Unfortunately, I have.
Wait, okay, you have to. You're in it.
I'm in the Desi wedding culture. I'm a part of the Desi wedding complex.
I mean, I'm a part of it too. Like at the end of the day, I'm going to the Cancun wedding and I'm sweating out there and I'm going to go to all the, you know what I mean? And I'm going to have fun. Also, I'm going to have fun at these things. At these okay, maybe I am doing. But yeah, we're fine with it. We're fine.
So we have come to terms with the Taylor Swift wedding as a spiritually Desi wedding, and we would love for the Desi wedding planner who planned this to let us know about their experience.
Yeah.
And
Thank
also
you.
let us know if there was an AR-47 alcohol dispenser at the
Yeah.
reception.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
And did her eyebrow lady attend?
Yes, we will need to know that. Moving on from the tasteless to the tasteful, Zendaya at the Odyssey premiere in the Schiaparelli that they debuted on the runway the very same morning. It was sickening. It was wonderful.
She's sickening.
The fact that Law Roach had the plane ready and he took the model with him. He saw the show in Paris. He said, "The model is coming with me. Come on the plane." Took the model with him to London, takes the dress off the model, puts it on Zendaya, and she walks out on the carpet with it. Sickening.
God, what a juxtaposition.
Now, see, I'm not even offended at the use of the private jet because if you are that rich and have that much access, but you are doing the public a service, which is showing us beauty and art, then it is allowed. And that's how all the robber barons of the Gilded Age got the public on their side because
I mean, they weren't completely on their side.
they showed
Right history. The unions were not
in class.
Okay. Okay.
Damn, a person can't clip farm anymore?
Right. Fucking Gilded Age. Okay.
It was beauty in class.
Well, I mean, I do think that like if you're gonna do the private jet, you have to slay. Like you have to like make it. Like I'm not gonna make a video about Zendaya's use of the private jet because it's Zendaya and she looks good.
She looked
Sorry.
amazing. And it was actually it literally shows that like it is so hard to be impressed these days.
Yeah.
Like that was so impressive. It was impressive from Law. It was impressive from Schiaparelli. It was impressive from Zendaya. It was impressive from the makeup artist that did the inner corner eye highlight.
Mm.
And it was impressive from the hairstylist with the slightly disheveled crown of braids and then the waves. It was all beautiful. And then just to add the little cherry on the top, the second look was beautiful. And that was just one of the premieres.
Law Roach is doing incredible things. And yeah, he has a canvas that is just stunning. But like I just like have we ever / will we ever see a relationship like this?
It is so beautiful. It is akin to some of the artistic like greats and their muses.
Yeah.
But it's just brought into such a beautiful, tangible world. I think that people have a lot to say about Law Roach and how he pulls too much archival and blah, 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 whatever it may be. If we, as the people, can be gagged and stunned and shocked and impressed, he has done his job.
Yep. Yeah. And like as someone who unfortunately has been following premieres of Marvel movies for 15 years or whatever the fuck, like Zendaya makes you want to watch a movie. You know how hard that is? You know how hard it is to watch a red carpet and be like, I want to watch the fucking movie? Like
I was
that.
there, I was like, and I need to see it in IMAX 70mm. And
Oh.
guess what? There is not a single showing left.
Yeah.
That's open. Even the one that's 3 weeks after the movie comes out at 2 a.m. It is completely full. Like there's not a seat.
Yeah.
Imagine going to the movies at 2 a.m. You were leaving at 5:30 a.m. But like you saw Zendaya, so
Straight to the gym.
totally, like just start
No,
your day.
I mean, it's like when you think about where she started as a Disney girl on Shake It. What was the name of the
Shake
show?
it
Shake
up.
It Off. Shake It Up. I was gonna say Shake It Off. I was like, that's not right. Shake It Up.
Sweetie.
Like, I watch a clip of La Roche talking about her wearing the Louboutin
The Socates.
Socates. I see that clip every day. That's
And I
like
watch
that's
it every time.
muse shit.
I'm like, yes.
It's iconic. And like just the number of like I mean, even during the last Spider-Man premiere, like all the like spider references, all the insect references, like I mean, and then and also just like the relationship there, like I mean, again, talk about Taylor Swift and juxtaposition. That interview where La Roche, someone's like, "Are you designing the wedding dress?" And he's like, "Honey, you missed the wedding." Like, you know that was like Zendaya was like, "You can leak it, like you can say it, like whatever, like you know." And I think only like that is so telling that like Law Roach is the one who gets to say it, and then she just like appears on the carpet wearing like another ring. Like it's just like it's iconic. It's fucking iconic.
It's iconic. It's there's just nothing better than like
It
it just makes me
it just
so
like sends a shiver down my spine.
yeah,
Like it's so good. It's so good.
it's delicious. It's impeccable.
Ugh,
I was gagged. I was like, "Oh my god. That was amazing." It literally made my day to see that outfit.
I
And
love
then
her
to
short
find
hair
out
too.
yeah. Oh, and speaking of the short hair, the way that she was at a Spider-Man fan event and she wore a $30 t-shirt from eBay with a socate and some earrings, and it was equally a slay. And
Yeah.
it's just like knowing what to pull and when is such an art form. And that relationship, I think Law does his best work with Zendaya. Sometimes he has had misses with other people, and sometimes he's had looks that I didn't love on Zendaya, but I just think that you can tell both of them are having fun.
Yeah.
You know, like
Yeah.
they,
And she still feels approachable
yeah,
too. Like it's like the t-shirt choice where it's like you feel like from her when she's not on a carpet, but also even on a carpet, like she's like playing with it. She's having fun. There's like a story she's telling with the clothes. Like it's not just like this is what looked best on me today. And like I do think, you know, sometimes I'm like with celebrities, I'm like, is this a fit or are you just thin? You know, like I always have those questions of like, is it just the body? Is it just like you have professional makeup? Like, you know, sometimes it is that, right? But with Zendaya, I feel like with that, she's also telling the story. And so it's like, maybe it is all the other things too, but it's also like I can buy into like the fashion choices because it feels like she is telling a story and she's like she wants you to watch the movie too. Like the
because like
choices she's making are about the movie.
yeah, like with Challengers, she came out in the Jonathan Anderson Loewe
Yep.
like t-shirt, and still like again another t-shirt look, but it makes you want to watch the movie because you want to know what that t-shirt means and why it's significant. And here, like notably with the Spider-Man choices, all of her looks have been kind of darker hues, blacks, etc. And usually she would lean into the blue and red or the red hair, and so like it's intriguing in that like you want to understand why those choices were made because you know that you are getting clues into what's actually happening in the movie, and it
Mm-hmm.
makes me like more intrigued. I just
Yeah.
think it's wonderful, and I think that she plays with silhouettes and like structural pieces like with the Dune stuff or with like
Mm-hmm.
the No Way Home premiere when she had like the skeletal back piece
It's
for
one of my
the
favorites of all time.
fuck yeah, that was amazing.
Never forget.
Like it's just so beautiful to see, and again just the pinnacle of taste,
It
and
also
to
does
appreciate it now because now like once she decides it's time for her to start a family, we are never going to see her again.
Oh, I think about that a lot.
And it is actually a tragedy for me, who's parasocial as fuck, that we wouldn't be able to see her again and we wouldn't be able to just like see her serve a look, because I just know that what she wants for her life is for her kids to grow up in privacy. And it's just such, again, that juxtaposition of like the wedding you didn't even know happened until after the fact versus a person who says they want security and privacy and you know every detail about their wedding and who's showing up in real time via pop base.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just two different
I
vibes.
do wonder if Zendaya, like, I will say Anne Hathaway, pregnant at 43, me not even remembering that she had 2 other kids.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
I thought this was her first kid.
Exactly. Exactly. And so now I'm like, I did not know. I dead ass did not know she had other kids.
For the first time.
I'm pretty sure she has 2 other kids. Someone was talking about this. And fact check right now.
Like, who's the dad?
Bro, it's that guy. I don't know.
Yeah.
He
This one.
No, okay, because there's that joke that he's like, oh my god, you've never seen this? It's like he looks like Shakespeare, and Shakespeare's wife's name was Anne Hathaway. Yeah, have you seen that?
Well,
yeah. His name is Adam Schulman. They have 2 sons, one in 2016, one in 2019. She's expecting her 3rd child. So, like, I knew she was married because I've seen that, like, TikTok a million times of, like, is he Shakespeare reincarnate? Is she, like, Anne Hathaway reincarnate? But, like,
I'm literally...
I did not know she had been pregnant 2 other times. And I'm like, this is, like, a famous actor who I think I've seen almost every movie she's ever been in because I love Anne Hathaway. And I had no idea. And so, like, I do think that, like, that made me think about with Zendaya, where I was like, it's a little different because Zendaya's husband is obviously also famous and, like, famous in a similar way. But it does give me this, like, sense of, like, I feel like Zendaya and Tom, I'm so parasocial about them. I feel like we've talked about this. I feel like I've gotten way better at the parasociality, especially around Marvel stuff and like Spider-Man in the last few years, but I'm still so parasocial about Tom Daya. If they break up, I'm crying. Like, that is like, they're like my last, like
check me into the ER because
it'll be a day.
Will literally be tachycardic. Like, I'm good. Put me on watch.
Yeah, it'll be a dark. It would be with
no, that, like, please, like,
not Will.
Those are my friends.
Those are my friends, and they're in love.
Yes,
and that's the other thing is that, like,
kids,
they met when they were kids, and like I have lived through, you know, the other tragic Spider-Man love stories, and I mean, Andrew Garfield, Emma Stone will haunt me for the rest of my life.
I was on Tumblr when Andrew Garfield, Emma Stone, and all of that, and that was, I felt like I got shot.
The look on Andrew Garfield's face when she's on the stage accepting an Oscar, that will, like, go down in fucking history. Go down in history. Okay?
Really getting triggered.
Sorry.
Let me take a deep breath.
But we've seen the other side of this now with Tom Daya, where it's like, I mean, also just like to think back to like me in college shipping them, everyone saying it's inappropriate, they're not together, like blah blah. Look at me now. Look at us now, bro. They are like in love. They are good vibes. The respect is so clear. Like, it is. I do have faith, and also with the way they've operated about the wedding, where they're just like, we got married, everyone knows. We got engaged, everyone knew, we didn't really talk about it, but we're still like, you know, affectionate in public, you know, whatever. I think it gives me hope that if they decide to have kids, if they decide to have her family, whatever, that we will still see of her. I'm not saying we're gonna see the kids.
I don't think we're seeing the children.
I think that, like, the way that her career is going and stuff, like, I don't think we'll ever see the kids, and I don't want to see the kids, but I'm just like, it makes me think of Anne Hathaway, where I'm like, I feel like that kind of operation I could see.
No, and that would be great. Like, I think that they have such strong boundaries, and they are really good about making sure that they are respected, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
And somehow strangely enough, Tom Holland, who spoils every other plot, secret, etc., he surprisingly is able to keep his mouth shut
Because he has
about
no respect
relationship
for Kevin Feige, and he has all the respect
for
for
Zendaya.
Zendaya.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, like, do you think it's weird between them because Tom has to say her name like Zendaya?
So I watched, again, being parasocial. I watched a clip that they probably don't want out in the world. He calls her Marie because I think that's her middle name, and that's like what her family calls her, something
That's
like that,
cute.
which I thought was really cute. He also calls her Z a lot, I think.
Probably because he can't say Zendaya.
Yeah, can't he say Zendaya? I mean, he can. He is. I've heard him say it a lot, but like, yeah, it is.
I wonder if he has to say it like in his Spider-Man American accent because like British people do that thing where they add.
But it was cute where I was like, oh, like we call y'all Tom and Zendaya, and that might not even be like who
Y'all
you are,
or who you are to your family.
you know?
That's crazy.
I just think that's
I
cute.
just love
Like,
them. They just
I
make me
love
so
them.
happy.
I love that she's taller. I
I
love
just
their vibe.
I love that he like
That ring is
made
so
new,
beautiful.
yeah, he made like a new product in his like bureau
Yes.
drinks because she doesn't drink beer,
Yeah.
and it's just beautiful, the two of them.
And the way they talk about each other, they're just like, we're best friends. We grew up together.
Yeah, and the videos of them dancing on
Uh,
anything that comes on my page, I will be watching it.
I've watched that video more than anything else in the world.
Like truly, the only video maybe I've watched more is Tom Holland's lip sync battle to Umbrella.
That's so true.
That's like the one. And honestly, I will say the
Yeah.
damn Mbappe special video is getting up there because I
Wow, Mbappe unseating
okay,
Tom Holland.
the video is 3 seconds long, so I just be watching it on a loop. Like I probably
Yeah.
watched it like 20 times today just because I liked, for example, nothing. Like it's so funny. I don't know, it's so funny to me. Sorry.
Well, watch Umbrella after this. You gotta
That
keep.
fixation for me.
But the thing about this is a hyperfixation. The Tom Holland lip sync battle is forever.
Yeah, that's actually just like expanded into the cultural lexicon. Like it's more than a hyperfixation. It's actually required reading for anyone who needs to know anything about pop culture.
Like if anyone was like, "Oh, I've never watched that," I would be sitting them down immediately.
Yeah, be like, okay, time to open up my phone.
Yeah, time to open up a dictionary.
Yeah.
Like,
time to AirPlay it to the 55-inch TV.
This was a thing on Trisha's Bachelorette, is that Trisha would reference something, maybe half the people would get it, and then she'd have to AirPlay it on the TV to educate us.
Yeah, it's just part of who I am. I will show you the reference because all I do is make references.
I mean, that's how we communicate. That's how I compare myself to the world. How I situate myself as a reference.
I exist in the context of the references I make.
I made everyone at your Bachelorette watch India playing recorder on Love Island UK.
Oh yeah, that was a big one. And then Millie playing the piano, which was
I'm like, you don't have to watch Love Island UK. I just needed you to know that this happened.
This happened, and she played a recorder, and everyone laughed at her, and it was really funny. And it was a great meme.
So when you think about it, we're performing a service because I'm not saying that you need to watch.
I'm just saying
Love Island UK. I'm giving you the condensed version so you understand the reference.
Yes, it's important.
We're out there doing the research for you.
We like our brains are the library of Alexandria for social media memes and references, and we are spreading a gospel by sharing those references out into the world and making sure they are not forgotten.
Especially for our friends who are,
just
offline.
Offline. They touch
not reading.
And we don't, so we can, it's like The Giver.
Yeah.
That book. Like we hold on to like the memories and everything that no one else wants to hold on to. And it's our job to pass it down.
We're the archive.
Yes.
You're
Enjoy.
welcome, everybody.
DBR.
Should we talk about Love Island? Do we even want to talk about it?
Have that much to say anymore.
I have a notes app.
I will. Well, before we start on Love Island US, the thing I'm watching through TikTok is Love Island UK because I am too scared to watch Jasmine be humiliated in 4K in a full episode. Therefore, I have to watch it on TikTok because I will get pissed off. And to me, I'm literally at the point where I need someone to write a fan fiction of Jasmine and Lorenzo getting together because I fear that she is not going to make that decision in real life. And I need the cathartic release and the satisfaction of seeing Jasmine and Lorenzo get together because they are soulmates.
I'm looking on AO3.com right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I also similarly was watching it on TikTok, and I was watching so many Jasmine and Lorenzo edits that last night when there wasn't an episode of Love Island US to watch, I was like, should we watch Love Island UK? That's why I was texting you.
No, she was literally like negotiating with me. She's like, if we can use your Peacock without ads and I got Hulu without ads, can we like make a deal? And I was like, yeah, sure, girl, just send me the login and I'll send you mine.
Yeah, no, I was like, because I was like, I just have gotten obsessed with Jasmine on TikTok, and so I was like, I need to watch it. And I will say, like, I'm watching the first episode of Love Island UK, and I'm like, man, it feels so good to be back home.
It
Man, it
feels
feels
like home.
so good to be back home. Like,
It feels
what? It feels
in
like
that villa,
home.
Maya Jama,
I know that house. Like,
the
I know
little
these accents.
yeah.
They're saying the things they're supposed to say. Like,
Can I pull you
man.
for a chat? Just
Oh,
rolls off the tongue there.
okay. Also, I was so fascinated with the way that they coupled up in the first episode.
It was like a
It
negotiation.
was a negotiation,
And
and it made it feel so fluid where it was like, it's not like we're married now. It's like we just had this conversation, and like this is the person that you're vibing with, and like it also had a lot to do with the confidence of the person who was doing it. Like, it
and
was really cool.
just in general, I think in general, I don't know if it's a cultural difference or just a better understanding of the function of Love Island and the objective of Love Island. In the UK, they are more open to exploring.
Yeah.
But that being said, um, this method of coupling up was a really good way to ensure that some doors are left open
Mm-hmm.
because you know that there was someone else interested, etc. But I think like if they do the thing where they like step forward or like you choose you like you have someone like say they want to couple up with you, etc., etc., it almost or like with the US like the door thing, it almost like makes you feel more locked in because it's more of like a we chose each other, like there was only one
Yes.
option, like type of setup. But here with the negotiation, it becomes a conversation.
Yep. And with that, it also doesn't feel so much like a rejection. I think when you're not picked, it's like, oh, like I have to hear this person's like thought process. I'm kind of like seeing how it plays out with the other person. It's also not physical. They weren't like making out to find out if they're compatible. They were actually just like kind of having a conversation, and you could clock based on the conversation who they were kind of like fucking with outside of the person that they ended up coupling up with. Like, I don't know, it felt so casual, but it was like, especially compared to US. And also, like, I remember watching UK seasons where like they like made the public couple them up on the first day,
Yeah.
which those seasons were a mess. I think because the root cause was that those original couples were coupled up by the public. And the UK electorate, as I've spoken about before, is so racist. It has old world racism in a way that I
Have never you
have
it's just
never.
so crazy that they're holding on to that.
Yeah, I'm like truly like, what the fuck is going on over there? So the way the UK electorate votes is supposed to be coupled up with is colorism. Like literally, that's like how they
Literally,
do it. Like,
entirely.
and so those seasons were always a mess. I think because you're getting also an insight into how the public feels about you first day, where the public wants you and who they want you with first day. That's fucked up. It's not the way it should be. Whereas like from what it sounds like this season, they're really giving them insight into like what's going on outside in a way that's almost like puzzling, but like because everyone's like, we want Jasmine and Lorenzo, and like they don't even like fucking
They and
understand
then
that.
when they do put it out into the world, they're doing it in a way that makes Jasmine and Lorenzo look bad.
Yeah.
They're villainizing both of them for being interested in each other when instead they should be creating or producing a situation in which they can get to know each other because clearly they have a connection of some type, but instead they're making it look like they're having an affair behind everyone's back, or they're
Yeah.
dogging the people they're with, or they're like saying one thing and then doing another, which is not true. It's just that they like each other and clearly have a connection, but Lorenzo's too scared to say it, and Jasmine wants to have a strong boundary with him because she's like more interested with Kevin.
Yeah.
Don't even get me started on him. Actually, let's move on.
Okay. We can move on. Solidarity with Jasmine, thinking about you. I did watch the first episode and I'm think I'll keep watching, but I'm not gonna
Well,
watch to
can
keep
you
up with
give
it.
me
So
your Hulu login?
yeah.
Okay, thank you.
I didn't end up signing up for it. I ended up signing up and getting Love Island on my friend's Flex, but I think I'm gonna get it because it's like
Okay.
we don't both need Peacock with no ads.
True.
We should share the wealth.
We should share the wealth.
Yeah.
That's community.
Okay. Anything else on UK?
That's literally all I just had Jazz Renzo.
Yeah.
That's all I have.
Hoping for the best for our girl Jasmine. You're so beautiful.
So beautiful. Don't let those white men get you down. And
I love that. I love from what I've seen that you do not let shit fly. I love that.
Period.
We all need a little bit more of that.
Yup.
Especially after watching Love Island US. Okay. I just want to start. I don't know. We don't have to talk about all this for too long, but like, I want to start with a confession that I am part of the literacy crisis. I'm getting like lambasted in my TikTok comments right now because I was like, why did it make me vote for 4 couples? why is my virginity vote getting diluted? And every single comment was like, you're dumb. It said that the first couple you picked was your number one. And it's weighted differently.
Guess what? I didn't read.
I didn't read either.
I didn't read that because it wasn't on the main screen.
Exactly.
And so if you're gonna build an app, let's talk to this is directly for the UX designer and the copywriter of the Love Island USA app. I'm pissed because if you send out a message on the Love Island app before that says read the vote subtitle very carefully, and the vote subtitle says you need to select 4 couples, otherwise your vote doesn't count. I read it carefully and I followed the directions. However, why am I finding out now that you were supposed to click submit on your top choice and then select the other 3? I did it in the order of the pictures because I thought they were all equal. So now I voted for Carl and Anaya first.
I just think that
that is VA Argentina part 2. FIFA is involved with that corruption.
And the thing about a US election, the day after is always going to be about voter fraud. Like, honestly, the week before the vote, the day before, it's always going to be about voter fraud. In this case, voter mistake, I don't know. I really, it feels like when you go and vote for a constitutional amendment or whatever in Texas, and it's like this long paragraph and someone has to tell you like, oh, that means that they want to like get rid of parks. don't
Yeah.
vote for that. And it's
And
it's
it's
like
like,
the Save the Trees legislation,
yeah,
but it actually defunds the national parks. You know, that's like what it feels like.
because why are we overcomplicating this? Like either
Also,
the
like you have the ability to have us rank them. You could
yeah,
have just built it like that.
choose voting exists actually. You did it last year with the whole ranking challenge. So
Yes.
why not dust off the little code and do it for this? I'm literally so mad because if it means that I accidentally voted for Carl and Anaya first, I'm really upset.
It does give us ammo because if Brinity loses, then we can be like, it's because
It
of that.
was voter fraud. You
It
were
was voter fraud.
defrauding. Yeah. No, I'm
This
so
is
upset.
probably how conservatives feel, but you know what?
Whatever. Whatever.
Whatever. I think I did do it right because I was so upset about having to pick 4 couples that I clicked Bryce and Trinity and then was like, why do I have to vote for more? So I'm pretty sure I submitted
Bryson
Trinity and then was like, wait, what the fuck? Like, why do I have to like? And then Brandon was voting after me and he was like, oh, it says you have to pick 4 in order for it to count. And I'm like, what the fuck? Because I can vote for, okay, I picked Bryce and Trinity, tried to submit that, and then it was like, submit. But then it like, the fine print was you have to do 4. I picked Carl and I left, and I'm like, I don't want to vote for any of these other people. I don't. I just don't.
And honestly, if Corbin and Permita were still there,
I dead ass, I swear to God, hand to God, I would have voted for them.
because why is it so boring now that Corbin left? I didn't watch Tuesday's episode. I skipped through half of Monday's episode because I'm just like, this is a snooze fest, and I honestly don't care.
Because the drama was fucking, like, lately it's been Zach and Kata, who.
Exclusive when there's no more bombshells coming in, by the way.
By the way. Also, only exclusive after they were like, why does America hate us?
Right.
And also for a couple that is so aware that they're on TV and keeps mentioning the audience in a way that is, I'm sorry, there's a rule about Love Island. You mention the audience too many times, you're dead.
Because why are you a producer?
Why are you a producer? And Zach's always been a producer, but like Kata now joining in. And here's the thing about Kata. And I've said this to friends, I've said this to family, I've said this to people's faces. If you date a man who's bad vibes, you start becoming bad vibes. You start taking those bad vibes in and putting them out into the world. It's like, because you're breathing in the bad air, okay? You're breathing in bad air and you're putting it back out there. And she's starting to feel like this. And I hate that because I love Kata. I really do love Kata. And I think Zach is the problem. But when you're trying to like act in defense of a man who sucks, and she's also confused. She's like, why does everyone hate us? It's not about you. It's literally not about you, but you're still with this man who's dragging you down. So it's like, and the whole drama. Did you watch all the stuff about the situationship?
I saw it on TikTok.
Okay, cool. The thing, I'm a Trinity defender. I don't give a fuck. I think that they need like a book in the villa that's like, this word to us means this, right? This word to us means this. Because they do not have consensus on what any word means.
You know where when you're in college and like you have to write that paragraph that essentially defines your terms that you'll be using throughout the rest of your paper?
Yes.
That's what they need, but like at the beginning of the season. So they need to define closed off, exclusive. They need to define what the objective of Love Island is, because then when they vote out a couple for having a connection, then they can go back and say, we said that. That's what that means.
Yeah.
Because right now they're all lost. And they are in a situationship. Like, if you're not in a relationship, but you're dating someone, that's a situationship. Especially when the man is negging you and he says mean things to you and then says, I'm just joking. Like,
the whole I love you, JK.
It's so cringe. He's so cringe. Like, he does that with everything. And it's like Kata rightfully gets upset and then he says, I'm joking. And then she just like moves on. And
also, he's the one who's called her his girlfriend multiple times.
Yeah, it just doesn't, it's so confusing to me. Like, His vibes are so weird.
His vibes are so bad. I really, really want that man away from her. And she's just like, unfortunately, she's not going to see this until she's out of the villa and she like fully sees the full picture. My heart goes out to Kata's friends at home. I know it must feel like you're banging your head against a wall. I really, my heart goes out to, because I can barely watch it for real. And like the thing is, like them having this counsel about Kata, that's exactly what happens when you're with a man who's lying to you, because it's like now your friends are having to have a counsel about it.
Yep.
And the thing is, she's upset that Trinity is calling it a situationship. She's not mad that Trinity's calling it a situationship. She's mad that she's in a situationship.
Yep.
And she can't
and that
actually be mad about that.
For it.
Yeah.
Because I think that she ran to everyone and told them she's exclusive, thinking everyone would be happy. And then everyone kind of just side-eyed her and said, okay, girl. Because it is just a band-aid on the issue, right?
Yes. And like as soon as KC started planning to ask TT to be his girlfriend, I literally turned to Brandon and I was like, this is going to be an issue for Zach and Kata. Like this is going to be an issue for Zach and Kata. The producers couldn't have planned that timeline better than the same day Kata gets a bad reaction for saying we're exclusive. Casey, after Zach and Kate have been talking about for 48 hours about how is Casey above us, and then Casey locking down Tiara, like it's just like cinematic, and you're looking at Kata's face and you're like, and then Zach literally goes, great timing. Again, producer. That's what the producers are saying. Great timing.
You couldn't have scripted it better.
It's laughable, and I also just think like unfortunately Kata is just like she wants to legislate this and she can't. She needs to either accept it or end it. Like because that's where they are in if Trinity had called it a situationship and she had laughed it off, it probably would be okay. You know what I mean? But she's taking that shit to heart because she is actually upset about it. Like Zach and Kata have been together really even longer than Bryce and Trinity when you think about it, like actually in it.
Yeah. Because they like fully committed to each other once she stole him as a bombshell. But Bryce and Trinity actually took a minute to like come back together.
Yes.
So it's been less time.
And even Sincere and Melanie, they didn't have a big crack up like Sincere and Melanie that did, because Kata doesn't stick to her fucking guns with Zach. So they didn't have like a big like thing.
And Casey and TT have been together for like 2 weeks, and he's already talking about like, I'm gonna be like her boyfriend. So it's a huge slap in the face for Kata, and she's right to crash out about it. But like, then if you want to crash out about it, or you want to be upset that someone's calling it a situationship, then you have to stand on business and tell Zach, I don't want to be in this. I want to be either a girlfriend or not with you. Yeah. She's not going to do that.
No, and I think that they're doing this miscalculation of like, if we're just together and we show the audience that we're invested in each other, that's what will save us. And I'm like, no, that's not, because we're reading through the screen that you're faking it. Like that you're actually upset. And now you're upset with Trinity. You're talking shit about Trinity. Never a good idea. Literally like
it's never a good idea to go against one of your girls in the villa because she kept it real with you.
Yeah.
It just doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense. It does not make sense. It does not make sense. And she said that Trinity was on a high horse. And so I think she's trying to spin it as like, oh, Bryce and Trinity are in a relationship and they're like rubbing it in our faces. And it's like, what are they supposed to say sorry for being happy? Is she's in a relationship so she can't comment on like, hey, this is like odd. And by the way, the thing that really bothered me is I'm like, I know this is it bothering you, because when she told the girls, they all like did the happy screaming and like whatever, and the conversation about the situationship was still jokey. It wasn't like, Kata, we need to talk to you, this is serious. It was like, ha ha ha.
Yeah.
You know? And I will say the one thing that I really do appreciate about this season is that Bryce, I feel like, sorry, I'm gonna do a little gas at Bryce minute, because I just like, I really think that Bryce, by one, pushing back very gently on the boys and trying to like, and doing that kind of like masterful like resetting of conversations has like shifted a lot of like the 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 normative dynamics in the villa that usually happens on Love Island US in particular. And then the asking Trinity to be his girlfriend right after Casa Amor. That's also a shift. Like that's not like what's been happening on Love Island.
Yeah, historically.
Especially in recent years. Like, I mean, when's the last time that I don't even remember. I don't know. I'm sure it's happened recently, but it hasn't happened recently in my memory, especially the last few seasons I've watched both US and UK. And like it's always like when we're out of the villa, when we're
Yeah.
out of the villa, when we're out of the villa. And I really like that he was like, what does exclusive mean? What does closed off mean? I want her to be my girlfriend. I'm asking her to be my girlfriend. And that like subtle shift of like what normally away from what normally happens on Love Island has made me, for the first time on US in a long time, be like, these two might actually like be in love or like could fall in love because they're not waiting to see what the US thinks outside in order
And
to inform their decision.
they're not keeping the door a little bit open for what
Yes.
might happen outside or who might reach out to them or what they might experience or where they might like even the distance of it all. Like they don't care.
Yeah.
Like he was like, this is
Same
what
with Casey and TT, to be honest.
Yeah.
As much dislike as I have for Casey,
he honestly like it is they are actually so compatible and it's great to see them together. It's just so sad that so much of it had to come at the expense of Anaya.
and I
Like
think that I do think, here's the thing, I think they are compatible. I think that he genuinely likes her, she genuinely likes him, she clearly really likes him, and I think vice versa. The thing that still gives me pause about the whole thing is just frankly how Casey views women, including TT. Like the comment he recently made, even like I was like kind of I was starting to be like, okay, he's young, like I don't know. Like he's obviously like intaking a lot of information from the outside world about what it means to be rejected and like all this stuff. Like maybe he can grow out of this, whatever. He made a comment in I think the last episode where he said, yeah, I think TT's really earned her right, earned or proved that she should be my girlfriend or earned it or something. And I was like, yeah, but man, good. Done. I can't find it. You know what I mean? And like I think there's a lot of discourse about like, oh, if you don't like them, you don't believe in Love Island. And I'm like, it's just like that thing at the like back of my throat that's just like hard for me to trust it when you still feel like this towards a woman who actually does like you. Why does she have to prove or earn anything?
Anything. Yeah, I totally agree.
And what prize are you that you feel this like that this is a prize? Do you know what I mean? Like that kind of narrative and thought process is still, I think, really hard for me to like. I don't know. It just gives me it just makes me feel like maybe they'll be in a relationship for a really long time. I'm not saying that it's not going to be a successful relationship because of that, but a lot of relationships maybe still have that dynamic, and I'd be like Tiara's friend and be like, "What the fuck?
The fuck is
you
he
know what I
talking?
mean? What
Like,
the fuck is he talking about?"
Yeah, totally.
You know, so that's like still what gives me pause. But like, I'm not surprised. I think people are like, "Oh my god, I can't believe Casey's above Zach." You know, I'm like, I can believe it.
I can definitely believe it because it's just like Zach is so produced.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's so produced and like the fact that even TT went to Kata and like pointed out like, oh, he said that thing right after you guys went to the hideaway about still exploring bombshells, and I think that people probably thought that was like weird or gross or whatever she ended up saying, and Kata like went and defended him.
She was so dismissive immediately, and I'm like, this is the only these girls that you're being dismissive of are the closest thing that you have to like truth tellers.
Yeah. or like the literal footage. Like
Yeah.
you haven't seen the footage, you don't know how it came across, and you don't know the other things that he said to contextualize that outside of the conversations with you. So
Bro,
the fact
and
that PT was able to actually come to her and like say that, I actually like TT has grown on me.
TT's grown on me.
She came in like fast and furious, and I think that like yeah, I don't agree with that, but I think one thing that's interesting and what I've kind of learned is she and Permita were still able to integrate themselves with the OG Villa girls so well, and
Yeah.
Jen also, to where like Soul, when she said she was isolated, etc., 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 I don't believe it, because I think that
Yeah.
Soul probably isolated herself because
Based on the way that Soul's acted outside the villa.
yeah, I think that it is a Soul problem, not a Villa girl problem, because TT was more like polarizing
Yeah.
and came in with much more of a hostile energy that was like me versus you, which I don't think Soul had. And still, she's now in a place to where the OG girls, or like the OG bombshell Kata, is coming to her kind of asking for advice about her couple. Like that to me shows it was a Soul problem. Period.
Yeah, and I think that it's like so clear with Tira that like with TT, it's so clear that she like genuinely is having like genuine conversations with the girls. She's not like
Yeah.
only talking about her couple. She wasn't only talking to Parmita or like Casa girls. Like she's like seriously coming to Kata and being like, hey, this is what I see. You know, even during movie night. And I think that she was still defensive of her and Casey a little bit, but like she was like literally stepping between Casey and Anaya and being like, no, like, here's what she's saying. This is what you're like, she's not. And I think that like there's something like very solid about her where she's just like, I'm not gonna be pushed around, but I'm also like, I am
I'm
in
not
that same
yeah.
vein. I am my own person and like I have thoughts and like I don't know. I like this guy. That's why I'm here. I was sent to do that. That is what happened. But it doesn't preclude me from like being friends with these girls and like actually like wanting to connect. Like it's pretty clear that like all of them like her because of her energy. And like I wish Kato would actually listen to her.
Yeah,
In
that's a
this
good one.
case, I really wish Kato would listen to her. I mean, I think Kato's just like young, like, you know, um, I on the Parmita and Corbin thing during the challenge where they were like voting for who's like least compatible or whatever. Why were they low key based?
No, it was amazing. Like, truly and honestly, like I think Melanie needed to hear that, and Parmita actually slayed the way it was worded, and Corbin,
Yeah,
like, but their votes were actually the most logical, and like it just made so much sense. Like, I agree with them completely. It's crazy how much I turned around on Corbin and Permita thinking that they were just a physical connection. And I'm like, no, actually, you guys make so much sense. And they, like, by the time they did their karaoke challenge, I was like, they were so funny. And
yeah.
like Corbin
They're just
fully,
like look like they're having fucking fun.
yeah,
Like they're just like
just like no one else has been having fun for so long because it's been such a torture chamber in there. Like, it's nice to see like people laughing and joking and like getting along, you know?
yeah.
I agree. Like, and it's, you can like, the vibes in the villa are different now
They're
that,
so different. Yeah, for
and
sure.
I'm just like, okay, well, let's just kind of like fast forward to the end basically. And if they
Yeah.
do that god awful baby challenge, literally I will not be tuning in.
The thing about the end episodes of Love Island is that I usually like all the final dates fast forward.
No, oh, never watched it. The
I
only
never
one I
watched
did
those.
watch was Huda and Chris, and that was the funniest
Well,
thing I've actually ever seen.
that's a different
It, that
story.
was actually cinema, but like in a hate watch, like
And I did
general.
watch the Nicola Adria one because that was like,
Yeah, that was like my life.
yeah. But I usually fast forward. The baby challenge can be fun, but I really
No,
wonder if they're gonna do that. It feels late.
I don't think that they will do it. I think it's got to be Family Day and then like the vows.
I hate the vows.
Yeah,
Do you think
vows are
maybe
also
can we
fast.
skip the vows since they already did the fucking love letters?
Yeah, it's like you're just gonna write the same thing.
Yeah.
And it's like
And
I just
again,
don't.
literacy crisis. I can't listen to
Yes, like
Sincere
oh my
use
god.
emerged wrong again.
Yeah, and it truly and honestly, like we cannot with the metaphors and the riddles and the
I can't,
speaking
can't.
into.
He's pissing me off. He's been pissing me off the whole season. The disgust I feel for him.
I'm like so tired of him. I'm over it. Like Melanie really just needs to talk to her sister.
I know. I'm
It's
waiting for these sisters to run in there and be
like girl, because I also think
enough.
like I think that there's a lot to like when you know like it's kind of over or like this isn't good for you, but you also don't want to go through that heartbreak on national television. Like I
Yeah.
think there, and I do think that Melanie, like even the way that she was like don't cry here, don't let these weird people
Yeah.
see you, like I think that her attitude about it is,
She's very protective of how she's being portrayed.
yeah,
Yeah.
in that like way of protecting herself. And so I honestly like, people are like, oh, Melanie needs to leave Sincere like right now today. I honestly think like no, it is better for her to kind of like grieve it in private. And then also there's probably part of her that's like grieving it as she's going through this last week, so that when she does inevitably end it after she gets out of the villa, and I'm giving her a lot of credit here, like I have no idea what
Yeah.
she actually end up doing, but like I think that if she is still thinking about leaving him and like not wanting to continue with him, seeing it through the end and then doing it is better, like for her own mental and emotional experience, as opposed to going through it in this place where she doesn't have her support system, she can't control what she does with her time and day, like, and where she goes during the day, like she has to do like challenges or whatever, like to already be in that environment and then also be like going through heartbreak, like you saw like what Anaya went through, and you would want another girl to go through that. It just doesn't make sense to me.
I think it's also like I think people compare Anaya and Melanie, and I think it's a fundamentally different thing because Anaya, they brought in a Disney princess for her.
Literally.
Like Carl is maybe perfect,
Yeah.
and also she's attracted to him. Like it's not just like oh he's perfect. It's like
They have a connection.
they have a connection. And so it is different because it's like Anaya not only had another option and then had a second chance with that option, she's in a couple with him and like could win the whole damn thing. Honestly, it's like a different situation with Sincere and Melanie. And I do think, like, yes, I will say, I feel like early on, if she wasn't so focused on Sincere, even after the initial red flags, then maybe then she would have
Done something else. But that being
done
said,
something else. But like, those are all what ifs. And like, the
and
one
also
thing I
you
will
see
give her is that
a
she seemed
different
to be the
system.
most attracted to and had those chemistry with Sincere over
Yeah.
other
But
people.
like even in the beginning when Melanie did have the opportunity to like explore other people, including Corbin, including like whoever else came in, Sincere was doing work on his side to kind of lie to those boys and overplay what he's doing. So
Yeah.
it was just like, it's just like one of those situations where both of them like kind of nerfed each other's opportunities to explore.
And then Sincere threatened her on live TV
Yeah,
that I
that
want you to be my
my
wife.
wife and have my children was literally
That was a threat.
that was
I scream.
actually terrifying.
Like the music on that should have been like the
Jaws.
fucking Jaws. Yes. Should have been Jaws.
Like literally ominous. And like they should have like
That was
went,
one of the scariest things I've ever seen on Love Island, and I've seen them lick like whipped cream out of their toes.
it
Like
was terrifying. Yeah, no, that was bad. That was really bad.
it was so scary, and I will say though, it did give me like some hope that she's ready to get out because it was like,
Cuz she was also like,
oop, yeah,
yeah, because that's how you should react, Melanie.
yeah.
Don't
It wasn't giving oh
failure
that's
you.
over. It was giving like
No, it
yeah,
was,
you know what I mean? Like I don't know, and so that does give me some hope that like I hope
I
she's
think she
waking
can,
up a little bit.
yeah. I think she can wake up. I think she's smarter than people think, and
I
I think that
agree.
she's just protective of herself. Um, but as you know, Melanie is my client, so
I love Melanie. I really
I just want her to make the best decisions for herself. I think Kaylor was more delusional, but I don't think Melanie is as delusional as Kaylor was with Aaron.
I also think that Aaron wasn't as masterful about like spinning the web with like everyone else. And
Yeah.
so
And so actually it should have been easier for Kaylor to wake up, but she was so delusional. But Melanie has somehow kind of held her own against Sincere's master manipulation and lying and cheating and scamming.
yeah. I will say one of my favorite Melanie moments from the last week was her telling Kenzie that like that she might be Kenzie's best friend, but Kenzie's not her best friend. Period.
Period. Honestly,
I
like the
love that she wasn't like, "Oh yeah, we're best friends." She was like, "No, we're on national television, but I'm still not going to entertain this."
because Kenzie was so weird to her when she tried to explore Corbin, which he was literally coupled up with her. And Kenzie was trying to block it from every which way, and she gave her the most no yes of all time. Like,
Yep.
it was such a
And was
huge,
actively upset about it.
yeah. And like literally like going in and like sowing discord with Corbin, saying like, if you don't do this and that, like I won't talk to you. So yeah, it was that was crazy. And I feel bad for Kenzie because I think all of it kind of came crashing down on her all at
Yeah.
once. But there's two things at play. One, I think that she did explore, which is good and which is her right on Love Island, but I think that she kept exploring after there was a villa social contract that was
Yes.
kind of implemented, and she was actively going against it, and she was also doing it in a way that wasn't as like open and honest. Like she was kind of
Yeah.
playing both sides. Again, she was not letting other girls explore the couple she was in, but she could explore multiple guys. Like it was just like a weird method to her madness. And I think that's why people are so against it in the villa.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's as bad as calling her the female sincere, but
Who's saying that?
it's like all the TikTok comments are like, Kenzie's the female sincere. I feel like it's
See,
NBA.
the thing is, it's like I had a moment like maybe a week and a half ago. Maybe it's just because like I've already said the misogynistic thing of like Casa girls should be seen and unheard. Casa boys should have no rights. That's I
And no plot. Like
and
they
no
are
plot.
like they are like the Ken doll, but you really Barbie is on the adventure.
Yes, and like I'm giving Carl his plot because I feel like he earned that.
Yeah, but
And even
Dylan
then,
is
it's like
such a
he's not
hero.
sowing discord. He's not making drama. He's not having. And he could actually have had a lot of drama. He could have come in and been like, "It's so
Yeah,
problematic that you didn't choose me," and like blah blah blah. He could have been like, "I'm exploring other
could have been
people
beefing with
while I'm
Quincy.
exploring you," like all that. And
He
he
could have
didn't do it. You know, and I think the biggest offense that Kenzie's committed in the last 2 weeks is giving Casa Boys rights. She gave Gall rights, she gave Dylan rights, and I'm like,
no
I don't
girl,
know,
you should
man.
not have done that.
Should not have done that.
Dylan is
And
such
then
a
also like again, like I there was a moment last week where I was like, are we shaming Kenzie for something that I think she should keep it. I think she's fine to explore. I actually don't think that she moved that badly. I do think that the where she moved badly, exactly as you said, is how she treated other girls for doing the same thing. That's where you lose me. That's where you don't have that right, actually, because if you're
because then
gonna
it's like only you can explore but no one else can, and that's what doesn't make sense because it's either a kiss is like a handshake, so that means
right,
everyone else's kisses are like handshakes too, or
exactly,
it's I want to explore two boys and no one else can.
yeah. And
Period.
here's the thing, she's lying. Let's be so fucking for real. She does not feel more intensely about Dylan than she did Corbin.
No, she's
She's
lying and
lying.
she would keep exploring if she had the opportunity, but now she's kind of in trouble for it.
Yes,
And Melanie was right to say that, and
Melanie was right to
Melanie
say that.
was made to be a villain. No, she was correct. The
She was
same way
correct.
Rita was correct about Melanie, Melanie was correct about Kenzie. And then someone else said the same thing, and Kenzie wasn't as upset about it. What can you do?
Well,
I
even
don't.
the conversation with Jen, like I think like she would have had a more outsized reaction to Melanie saying something like that
Yeah,
than
but I
Jen.
think, and it was just funny. Like this is just an observation that like Jen said the same thing of like, I wouldn't be your friend on the outside. And then Melanie said the thing about like, you're not my best friend, even though you think I'm your best friend. Because Kenzie has not really been a friend to those girls because she's been acting crazy and moving weird.
Yeah. The
But
only time
exploring is not the moving weird part. The same way
no.
that Casey exploring was not the problem. It's the
And that's
exploring.
why the moment she was most right was in Casa, where she was like, you need to explore. It's not the exploring that she's right about that. She's actually fucking right about that. It's the way she does it.
It's her.
Well, and like, okay, it really pissed me off. Look, I'm not trying to make Caleb a martyr like everybody else on the planet. I don't really care about him that much. But I will say it was really pissing me off to the last day before he left that she was like, yeah, and he kept like making basically kept saying like he basically lied about me kissing Corbin on the dock, and I'm like, hey, so I think what you were doing on the dock was actually worse, which is like avoiding kissing to avoid having to say that you were kissing while doing everything else intimate possible to be physically and emotionally close to this person, but not kissing so you don't have to tell the other person. That's the exact thing. Like, you're actively gaslighting him and trying to turn people against Caleb and saying that he's lying and was like spreading rumors about you kissing someone. We all saw the clip of you of Corbin like kissing the rest of your body. Like, just be fucking honest. Like, why are you still?
I don't understand why that. Yeah, no, that's why I can't get behind her, unfortunately, and I can't get behind those bangs. She doesn't need it. She's actually really pretty when they're pushed to the side or in the back or whatever. But
If I'm being mean, that confessional does her so fucking dirty. That confessional camera does her so fucking dirty. And I've said it before. I'll say it again. A lip liner, a lip stain.
a lip stain, for crying out loud. They give you the beauty products.
I know Maybelline in
Like,
there
why don't
has
you do a
something.
little experimentation? It's literally right there.
I
I
don't
can't.
know. And the confessional camera, I mean, I don't know what they're doing to her in there, but
Yeah.
it's not okay. Okay. I have like two more things to say. One of these comments is just girl Kenzie. I don't know what that was. But I'm assuming I covered it. Is Carl a Disney princess? Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Next. I love Bryce not being susceptible to Love Island propaganda. Sincere threatened Melanie. Okay. Last two things. Why the fuck are Sincere, Melanie, and the Hideaway not Trinity and Bryce?
Okay, right?
If
Why
I was Trinity's best friend, I'd be flying a plane over that villa, like, look out for number one. Why is Trinity saying Sincere and Melanie to the Hideaway?
I feel like that had to be like some type of producer interference.
I also agree.
Why would they do that?
That makes no sense to me.
I guess because like Trinity and Bryce got a date that was like a different version of privacy, but like I don't know. Like that to me like violates Love Island laws personally, but
I
like
can like see some logic where it's like, okay, Bryce and what? So Bryce and Trinity are in a relationship, so they just don't get anything anymore.
Yeah, like, I just don't understand.
Which I kind of get it because like theoretically, but like Sincere and Melanie still have something to figure out, so the Hideaway still serves a purpose. But I'm just like, no, like.
No,
I don't think that's the way it should be. Bryce and Trinity are in a relationship and have no privacy. They should get to go to the Hideaway, and they should be like, "It's us."
Sincere and Melanie like are just not like strong.
They're not.
Like
they were in that Hideaway, and I was like, "This looks awkward as fuck. This looks really awkward." Both Zach and Kata and Sincere and Melanie Hideaway hard to watch.
It was a rough Hideaway this season.
It was
like even Amaya and Brian, who broke up 2 weeks after they left the villa, like that was like more endearing and like made more sense. Yeah. This was like a joke.
Honestly, why not Carl and Anaya? They still have stuff to figure out. They're at least on the good.
I just don't know how that decision was made. It feels like a producer.
Well, Sincere waking up to no one there was funny as fuck. And then him waking up to no one and not investigating, Ian's like he literally woke up and then rolled back over.
Yeah, he just went to sleep.
God
Yeah.
forbid Melanie ever gets kidnapped. Like, that man's not.
Again, just goes to show he's on his way.
Someone said that they didn't pick Bryce and Trinity because if Bryce had woken up to,
It would have been emotional damage to him.
yeah, I would have done irrevocable damage just to wake up and Trinity's not there. Okay, my last thing is that unfortunately Gal is bad vibes, but his TikTok's kind of funny right now. Have you seen?
Oh no, you know who's the reason his TikTok is funny is because Jen is funny.
Exactly.
Like Jen
sending That's what I was gonna say. Jen sending him hate comments
is
just not responding, and she just keeps sending them.
No, it's beautiful and what he deserves. And the fact that his whole family and like employees are like, why did you act like that? And he is leaning into it like good because you should be ashamed. You were crazy and weird.
Yeah, literally.
And you were only on the show for 3 days. Like, why did you come back making such a weird impression of yourself?
It was the one. I was laughing at some of his posts. I will be really honest. Like the one where he was like coming back and remembering that I said Gal's big night, and he's just like looking out the window. No, because like fuck, like literally dead ass. What would you say?
No, actually, like I'm glad that he can like be funny about it.
Yeah, it's like I'm gonna be realistic and say I don't want to hear from you ever again. After I'm gonna give you like 4 more days.
And then you gotta wrap it up.
You gotta wrap it up. I never want to hear from you again after that. It's a little funny right now. Like his post, like immediately after getting kicked off, where he's like, "I'm in the last row of the plane." I wanted to know that. I've always fantasized that they're on the last row of the plane. I'm glad that I have that confirmed for me.
Yeah. No, good to know.
You know. So again, 4 more days. Get it in while you can. After that, I'm done. I do love Jen.
Yeah, Jen is hilarious.
Jen is so funny. I will never forget her being like, and he didn't even put maple syrup on the pancakes. He can't do anything.
Right. Like, he can't do anything.
Girls being like, you need to be nicer to him. Shut the fuck up. Okay? No. Because why?
Like, literally why? And look where it got her. Like, I'm glad she wasn't nicer to him because he sucked.
I wish I could experience what was happening in her body when she's sitting in that room and watching Gal come in after not picking her.
Oh, that was so good. Because
that must have hit so fucking hard.
Like, you did all that for what?
For what? For what?
Literally for what?
When I'm down, I'm gonna think about that.
Yeah, that's just too funny.
Sometimes women win.
Period. And they should. Mentally checked out of?
I don't even know.
Mine is USA.
Oh, that's actually, you know what?
Over, actually.
I'm gonna say next year, I go back to my roots. I'm prioritizing UK over US next year.
I agree.
No matter how much everyone is talking about it,
I'm gonna wait and see on because I usually wait and see on UK. I'm gonna wait and see on US, and I'm gonna watch UK first.
And you know what? That's the way it always should have been. And you know, we're just never gonna get
season 6
a Serena, Serena, Leah, Janae situation again.
Season 6, I also wait and saw. Like,
I didn't watch it when it was coming out.
I started it way late, and I like rushed to finish it all before the Casa Amor recoupling. But
I watched it so late because I was like, at that point in my life, I was like, I will never watch Love Island US.
Yeah,
like I was like, I'm never gonna do it.
Yeah, I was watching like the worst seasons of the UK because that was their lull. But I think
I even watched Love Island Australia.
Well, that's crazy. Why
season 1 Love Island Australia so hard to fucking watch. I don't remember a goddamn thing. I couldn't tell you one person. Couldn't tell you anything that happened. I don't know those people. I watched it. I would do anything over choosing US. And I honestly need to go back. I need to watch Love Island France, honestly. I've heard there's a couple of good seasons of that. Anyways,
So
wait
Love
and see
Island.
on US.
Yeah. We're now waiting and seeing.
Mentally checked out of the USA.
Period. Real.
Cool.
All right. We'll see you on the next one.
Yeah, have fun with 2 hours. I hope you had fun with 2 hours, rather.
Or maybe an hour and a half if you skipped all Love Island.
Yeah. And you're... We honestly, kudos to us for talking about something else for most of the episode.
Yeah, we slayed. And we really do need to get good at that because this season is
over.
Wrapping up.
I'll get back on watching other things.
Yeah, things with narratives, perhaps.
Things with plot and characters. Okay. Love y'all. Thanks for listening.
Bye.
See ya.